Hello and welcome to Filling in the Gaps. This is Justin, and it's just me. We're taking a little side trip from our normal passion of discussing puzzle games and puzzling movies. Though, of course, if that sounds interesting to you, please check out one of our regular episodes. But this side trip is for the winter sale, and we need to talk about my picks. This time of year, there are a lot of sales happening, so what I'm going to do this time around is I'm going to tell you the base price of the game, the historic low of the game, and where there might be a better deal going on. I am recording this pre-release of the Steam sale in order to have it ready to go as soon as the sale launches. So some of the things I picked may not actually be a good Steam sale, but hopefully I'll be able to tell you where there is at least a decent sale going on somewhere else. So without further ado, let's jump into the sales. The first group of games that I'm going to be talking about today is games that I think probably should be bought together or bought in a bundle. Let's take a look at the first one. The first one is the Odd Box bundle. That is box with 2 X's. This is Oddworld. Oddworld is a world that I just love, full of cute things, dark things, terrific story. Abe's Odyssey basically blew me away when I played it the first time. I loved it. I still love it. I still think it looks amazing to this day. I played a lot of it again earlier in the year, and I just really love Abe's Odyssey, Abe's Exodus, and I really enjoy Stranger's Wrath. Those 3 games together really make the Oddbox bundle worth playing. You also get Munch's Odyssey. I've basically thought about this one recently because of Ars Technica's war stories about Oddworld. If you've not seen the series, I highly recommend it. It is all about the difficulty in making games. A lot of times one specific aspect that made getting their game developed more difficult than they expected. Really good, and the best of the series I've seen so far is the one about Oddworld. But I am a bit biased because this is an amazing series that I love. And we're only now, probably soon, going to be getting Soulstorm, which is essentially chapter 2 of 5. So really, if you are interested in this bundle, it is $13 at base, historic low of $2.59, which is cheaper than I think any of the games individually at base price. I highly recommend this one. The next games I want to talk about are Don't Starve and Don't Starve Together. Well, they basically are the same game, just one is single player and the other is co-op. Don't Starve is a game I probably shouldn't love, but I do. I have put lots of hours into this game. It is all about resource mining, resource management, trying not to go insane, trying, of course, not to starve or die in any other way. And it's something that just seems to work for me, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that this is one of those games that doesn't really hold your hand. You have to figure out how it works as you play. It's kind of tutorial and gameplay intermixed, and it works very well, but it only works in a really good game, and I think Don't Starve and also Don't Starve Together do this. So, by all means, pick this one up. Don't Starve is $10 at base on Steam, which is $5 cheaper than it typically is elsewhere. The historic low is about $2.49. Currently, your best is about $3.79 on Good Old Games. For Don't Starve Together, it's $15 at base, historic low of $5.99. The bundle has a historic low of, I believe, $12, and I do think that it is worth that, though I'm hoping it goes a bit lower than that. Next on my list is the Valve Complete bundle. No surprise here, I've mentioned it pretty much every Steam sale. It's about $65 at base, historic low of $12. Pretty sure I picked it up for about $24 and was very happy to get it at $24. You've got a lot of games in here, your Counter-Strikes, Portal 1, Portal 2, Team Fortress, Left 4 Dead, and Half-Life, which I think is the important one to talk about this time because we've got word now, Half-Life Alyx is on its way. If you don't have these games, this bundle is one for you to pick up. Another one to pick up would be Dead Island, and I think picking up Dead Island and its sequel Riptide together work well. Really, Riptide doesn't feel like its own game. It really just feels like a continuation of Dead Island, a final chapter if you will. Base, they're $20 each, but I really think that on a good sale, these are going to go for $5, maybe $10, and it is especially good if you can get them together and just play them together straight through. I think $10 for both games would be fantastic. The next one I'm going to say is an old favorite of mine, Dead by Daylight. But I'm bringing it up for a particular reason this time. Now, normally it's $20, but it can go as low as $10, as it is now on Games Planet US, or historic low of $7.50, which is about 62% off. And I don't know what the Steam sale is going to have, but if you look over at Humble Bundle and the Jingle Jam, where they have a lot of games for this bundle, which is $30, you get a coupon to get this game 60% off in Humble Bundle, plus you get 3 of their DLC packs. This is going to get you 6 more characters, including the Doctor Killer, the Hag, and the Circus Scary Clown. Those 3 DLC alone add a lot of value to the game. If you're interested in Dead by Daylight, sale time is always a good time to get in and start playing when there's lots of other new players. The Jingle Jam goes all to charity. It's just a great thing all around. So this, I think, would be a great way to pick up Dead by Daylight, unless Steam does a really much cheaper sale. For the next part of my episode, I want to talk to you about games that I have that I've played. These are ones that I do enjoy and would definitely recommend that you play. The first, we've talked about in the podcast before, so I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about it here. That is We Were Here Together, a great co-op puzzle game. $13 at base, historic low of about $12.34. It's not really on sale now. It's still very, very new, but I'm hoping that there will be a sale in the Steam sale. Attack of the Earthlings. This is a turn-based game similar to XCOM, but much less resource heavy and research intensive. If you want something that's kind of watered down but funny, with a fun little story, being the aliens and taking out the Earthling invaders, this is the game for you. $20 at base, historic low of 10, and it's currently at that 10 at Good Old Games. Unless Steam goes lower, you know where to go. Brutal Legend. Yes, of course, there's going to be a Double Fine game on my list, but this one also has Jack Black. It has a great soundtrack, it looks beautiful still, it plays well. It does get a little bit long for me by the end, but it is a really fun game to play. Not so much puzzle game this time around as just adventure game, combat game, exploration. $15 at base, historic low of $150. Currently at just under $4, Good Old Games, but I'm hoping the Steam sale will go even a bit lower than that. Dishonored. I love the first game. It is steampunk, alternate reality. It is a stealth game where you don't have to stealth, and if you do try stealthing and you mess it up, like I usually do, you can try to fight your way out of it. There are some amazing powers. Players much better and much more creative than me have made amazing videos of amazing kills they have done using the special abilities that you can earn. Just fantastic. I've already wishlisted Dishonored 2 and Death of the Outsider. I'm hoping those go on deep sale. For you that haven't played Dishonored though, $10 at base, historic low of 2, currently really nothing significant. Game Billet has it for about 8, but I'm pretty sure the Steam sale will be better than that. Hue. Hue is a game that mixes its mechanic and its aesthetic in a very, very beautiful way. It is a puzzle game involving color, and what you basically need to do is, for example, if there is a blue boulder in your way, you turn the world blue, and then you could just walk through it because it has essentially disappeared. It is simple in idea, but really complex in some of the ways that they've decided to do it. It's puzzle, platforming, 2D. I would say pixel art. It's fun. It's worth playing, but I would want to get it on sale. $15 at base is a little bit much. There's a historic low of 1.5. I think more likely is the current one, $269 at Fanatical, but if you can get it for $150 on sale, that would be fantastic. But really, even $269 is a decent price. Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor. I recommend the Game of the Year edition. It is $20 at base, historic low of $3 on Fanatical, $4 on Steam. There really isn't a current deal, but I'm pretty sure there will be one in the Steam sale. It's just a lot of fun. It is Middle-earth, it is combat very similar to Batman Arkham Origins, Arkham Asylum. You get special power-ups, you get to take on orcs, you take on smaller ones to get information or turn them to your side to help win against general orcs. It's a really great concept. It's really great for exploration, and the mechanics work. It's so smooth. I love this game. highly recommend it. The Office Quest. Now this game is only about 4 hours long, so keep that in mind, but it is a weird game where people in the office wear animal costumes. There's no real talking. It is very old school, click and point. It is cute, it is done well, historic low of 90 cents, and really it's already at the historic low on Steam now. It is definitely worth $1. Pick this one up. Pandemic. This is a board game that has been turned into a digital version. It is all about trying to stop the virus from overtaking the world. It is difficult. It requires a lot of strategy and thinking. I basically took this game, and after having played it with friends a few times, I bought this version, played it myself, and built my own strategy. It was a fun afternoon for me to go from novice level up and try and figure out how I could beat the game. It is fun to play with friends, but it can also be fun to play alone. $10 a base, historic low of 4. Currently, I don't see any sales on this. Stardew Valley. Nothing new here from me. I love Stardew Valley. I think that it works very well. It is a very cute game, simple game, but you can put a lot into it. Farming games for me, particularly Stardew Valley, I like because once I'm in the routine, I can actually be listening to a podcast while I play. It's one of the things that I like, and Stardew Valley is very good for that, but it's so much more, and it's so much more now because it's just had a new update, adding lots of extra small things to the game to make it even better, and I think that they're just going to keep making it slightly bigger and slightly more for the foreseeable future. Stardew Valley, $15 at base. Very worth it already. Historic low of 9 on Steam. Definitely worth it if you can get it for that. Currently, the best sale I found was Good Old Games for $12. West of Loathing. West of Loathing is an RPG where you and most of the other characters in the game are stick figures. It is quirky. It is very weird at times. Some of the text information you're getting is kind of gross. I love it. It is an incredibly fun game to play. You get all the basics of RPG, but really slimmed down, not in a way that makes it feel stupid, but just in a way that makes it feel fun. It's just something you're going to want to spend a weekend playing. $11 a base, historic low of just under $7, and that's currently what it's at on Good Old Games. Again, hopefully cheaper in the Steam sale, but if not, Good Old Games is the place to be. My next group of games are games that I have wishlisted and that I'm probably going to pick up if I see a good deal. The first is Witcher 3 Game of the Year Edition. I have friends who have talked to me about this for an hour at a time. It sounds like such an amazing game that I'm going to have to be picking this one up. It is $50 at base, but historic low of 15, which is pretty much right where it is at Good Old Games right now. Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time. This is a co-op game where you are flying in a ship through space trying to, if I remember correctly, grab rabbits? Or there was something weird that you had to go for. But the idea is it's a co-op game. There are different stations within the ship that do different things like shields, guns, navigation, and you, along with whoever you're playing with, have to go to the different rooms and work together to protect yourselves and to navigate through where you need to be. It's a very interesting concept, cute, probably not overly difficult once you get the hang of it, but I really want to give this one a full try. I've only played a demo so far. $15 a base, historic low of just under 5 on Steam, and currently I don't see it on sale, but hopefully it will be. Supraland, the game that is a sandbox game, literally in a sandbox. Your toys, you could interact with other toys. It looks like there are a variety of things you can do in this game. I think it's going to be pretty amazing. It has amazing reviews. I want to get it, but you know me, I want to get it on sale. $20 a base, historic low of about $5.50 or $6 on Steam. Currently, Games Planet US has it for about $10, so it's half off. Fingers crossed, a bit lower in the Steam sale. My Memory of Us. My Memory of Us is one I think I recommended before on the Green Man's Gaming sale. It is from what I understand, a point-and-click game with a very cute, cartoonish aesthetic that is all black-white with splashes of red. You have two characters that do slightly different things, and it deals with war and some very serious topics. Narrated by Patrick Stewart. I really want to get this game. I'm looking to get it on a good sale. $18 at base. Right now, there are 2 sales going on outside of Steam. There's the Fanatical Disorder bundle, which is $4.99. I have most of the other games in that bundle, so if you're in that situation, you might want to look at $4.49 on Good Old Games. That's a tie for the historic low. Detention. Detention is a game pretty similar, I think, to what I just described as My Memory of Us as far as colors. It's a lot of black and white with splashes of color. It's set in Taiwan at a very historically, politically rough time. And I think that they're using, from what I've heard, some mix of political issues and mythological and folklore to make a very, very interesting story. And I'm pretty sure that that is exactly what the movie that is based on this game, same name, Detention, if it's not based on this game, it's shockingly similar in look and story. But if this is where that movie came from, I do want to play this game and see what it has to offer. $12 at base, historic low of $4.79 on Steam. Currently, no sales, but hoping for that $4.79 to come up again. For those of you that want to play games that we are going to talk about on the Filling in the Gaps podcast coming up, there are a few I can tell you about that we've already got scheduled to go. Escape First, $6 at base, historic low of $3.75. Currently, no sales outside of Steam. The Room 3, no surprise here. We've talked about The Room 1, we liked it. Talked about Room 2, we liked it. The Room 3, honestly, I think is the best of the ones I've played so far. Highly recommend it. Get this one. $6 at base. Historic low of about $1.50. Currently no other sales, but honestly though, it's worth $6, so anything less than that is great. Psychonauts. Not so much a puzzle game, more an adventure game similar to Brutal Legend that I talked about, but it's a very early Double Fine game. It works well. It is very cute, quirky, weird, in all the way that I love Double Fine games to be. $10 a base, historic low of $1. Currently it's on $2.49, Good Old Games. 4 Last Things. This is a lot of quirky games in this one, but it's true. 4 Last Things is essentially made from taking parts of classic paintings and putting them into this game in a very interesting way. It's point and click that is funny. It is short, easy to play. $8 at base, a little bit high considering the length of the game, but historic low is $2. Currently there's no sales going on, but I really think that there will be one in this Steam sale. The last one is Aporia Beyond the Valley. Aporia Beyond the Valley is a wild puzzle exploration game. There's really no dialogue, but you do get story through bits of animation. The look of the game, the feel of the game is really interesting and really works well. I would definitely recommend that you give it a try. It's $17 at base though, and I finished it in about 9 hours, and I honestly could have finished it a little bit sooner than that. I see a historic low of 20 cents, but I'm not sure what situation that was in. $4.25, $4.50 is much more common. Currently, there's not really a good sale going on for Aporia. Win Game Store has it at about $15.30. I really hope that the Steam sale will give you something good. I'm hoping for at least a 50% off sale. And that's pretty much it for this time around of my picks. As I said before, Darren's picks. I will put a link in the show notes, and we'll probably put a link in the end card. I'll also put in some links for some regular episodes of Filling the Gaps or Buyer's Remorse. If you like what we're doing here for the sale, you might also like our deep dives into some puzzle games, but also some really mind-bending movies that are hard to understand, but easy to love? Maybe. I'll work on that one. In the meantime, though, I hope you enjoyed this, and happy shopping.